This week on Home Free Family, I'm going to show you how we updated our fireplace for under $150. This is how our fireplace looked to start with. To start out, I've prepped the brick by vacuuming everything over once with just the hose attachment on the vacuum. And then I got Travis's air compressor and blew everything off. And then if you can see, whoopsie, right over here I've taped the sides. I taped both sides of the fireplace just to keep the mortar off of the walls. And then we are replacing the carpet, but I also just set out some plastic to make cleanup a little bit easier. I've gone back and forth quite a bit about what I wanted to do on the brick. But luckily I had Travis save me 3 rows of brick on the top of our brick wall that we're going to be taking off. So let me show you. I was able to test different options on the brick. So over here I just did some white paint and then slowly watered it down, and then I did straight mortar, and then I did mortar where I wiped part of it off. I think what Travis and I like the best is the straight mortar one right there. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And to achieve that look, what I did was I just took some mortar and mixed it with water. I would say that I added water to the mortar until it was probably the consistency of like peanut butter or maybe a little bit runnier. And then I spread it on the brick and then just took a little scraper thing. I think Travis uses it for drywall sometimes. But I took that scraper thing and then just kind of scraped off the extra. And on some of the high points of the brick it showed through just a little bit red, but this is going to be more of a full coverage remodel for this brick. So there really probably won't be very much brick showing through. I used VersaBond thin set mortar in white from Home Depot. I went through about a bag and a half to cover the whole fireplace. Each bag costs about $17. I've heard that you can buy the mortar pre-mixed, but I use the one that you have to mix yourself. When I first started working on the fireplace, I used a really small drywall blade so I could be more precise, but the first row that I did took me seriously about 3 hours. So I decided ain't nobody got time for that, and I used a bigger blade the next time, and it went a lot faster. I originally planned on keeping the fireplace a solid white, but this technique, at least for me, dried really rough. And so after I sanded it smooth, I tried to add a little bit of mortar back on it, but when it dried it was really obvious where I had added the mortar. So I ended up sanding it even more to give the fireplace a distressed look, and I really love how it turned out. So as far as cost goes, German Schmearing the brick really only cost about $40, and we'll get more into the cost of the mantle and the brackets that hold the mantle up next week. So I didn't get any video of how I sanded the brick, and that is mainly because I wasn't really sure how it was turning out, and so I was kind of in a panic trying to sand things down and try to make it look good. So you can see I distressed it here and then some spots up here, and what I did was I just used an electric sander. Travis?
Palm sander, like the palm of your hand.
Like a palm tree. I just used this palm sander. It has some sandpaper that sticks right on here, and anywhere that there was like a high spot or anything I just went over with the sander. Once I decided that I wanted it to be distressed a little bit more, I found, like, I went over the corners you can see here and just tried to get the corners of bricks every now and again. And then I just kind of did it by eye, what I thought would look good. So it was pretty easy. I also tried sanding it by hand for a little bit, and if you're not wanting it to be really distressed, then that's a good way to go, because you can knock off all the really high spots that stick out with just like just holding a piece of sandpaper. So anyway, after I sanded it, that's pretty much it. And then we'll be showing you guys next week how we stained and what's it called? How we stained and mounted this mantle. And then also Travis is going to show how he made these brackets. So if you are not subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on that.
Yeah, I'm right behind you guys.
It's right there. Ah, you're getting my shoes all wet, Winston.
I'll just take mine out.
No, they're already wet. It's okay. Winston's loving it.
Max, are you cold?